Hello, everybody out there, and welcome back here with the future once again to another showcase and review. And obviously today I have some figures involving Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's one of my favorite wrestlers of all times. I have many, but at the top of the list definitely is Stone Cold Steve Austin. As you can see there, I have his book, Stone Cold Truth, and I have his Mattel figure that I did a showcase and review on some years back, which I'll try to dig up and put in a card up here to the right. Of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It was a Walmart exclusive back when Mattel first launched the wave, ironically after Jakks lost the licensing and they went to Mattel. Jakks Pacific, however, who is involved in the figures in this video, ran WWF figures from 1996 to 2009. They started with the Superstars line up until the Attitude Era, where they started producing the figures known as the WWF Titantron Live figures, and they ran till 2003 when they launched the most popular series that Jakks ever did, which was the Ruthless Aggression series, and then they started launching lines so on as with more articulation, such as the Deluxe Ruthless Aggressions and so on, and then they went to Mattel in 2009. So here you go with the figures that I have to show today. They are all vintage old school figures, and yes, a few of them I'm going to keep in the package, and one of them I have an opening actually to do because the card back actually got damaged, you'll see here. But I want to give a shout out real quick before I start this. A really cool YouTuber that I've been checking out lately, and a good friend of mine, Michael the Two-Ply. I'll put his channel link up in the right. Go make sure you subscribe to him and check all of his stuff out. He does a lot of figure reviews. He opens his up actually. He's a big Alien fan, Stargate fan, X-Files, all that kind of cool stuff. He recently did a pop video of Back to the Future where he shouted me out, and I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, go back and check out Michael the Two-Ply and subscribe to him. I'll also put his link down in the description below so you can go to his channel and subscribe to him. But here is the figures. I know he's a big Stone Cold fan like I am as well. Well, I know he said you gotta love Stone Cold one time when I was talking to him, so here we go. The first one that I picked up, I got all these off of eBay too some years back, and I never did show them off. The first one's from 1998, Jakks Pacific. It's the Slammers line. And you can see there, they all had the bone-crunching action in the Superstars line, and this was part of that era before they went to the Titantron Live figures, where I stopped collecting. And up to the right, I'm going to put, I think I did it in two parts, but I'll put part one of my complete Jakks Pacific collection. Me and my brother built up a huge collection as a kid, and I showed them all off, which I need to go get them and do a new review on because it's kind of dark, and how I did it was, pretty primitive to what I do now. But definitely go back and check out all the ones that I have. These ones I got later on, though, offline because I wanted some on card to hang up with my other figures. And this is Stone Cold Steve Austin with the shin splinter kicking action. And these are kind of reminiscent of the WWF Hasbros, which I have a bunch of, which I'm going to do a re-review over, a re-showcase and review over those and my 1990 WWF, or WCW Galoob figures. You can see the Jakks Pacific logo from 98 up to the left, Bone Crunching Action, the WWF logo, not WWE, for ages 4 and up. You can see there, Stone Cold Steve Austin, World Wrestling Federation, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You have your choking hazard down there. You have 1998 Titan Sports Incorporated. Over to the right, Made in China. Card backs were not the greatest, in my opinion, of Jakks figures. But the thing about Jakks figures is they made about every superstar you could ever want. Here's the other slammers in the line you could get. We had Farouk, I remember. Goldust, Undertaker. I don't know if we had that one or not. Bret Hitman Hart, Stone Cold, obviously. And then you had Mankind, and it says down there, Jakks is proud to introduce the first series of Slammers. Each of these World Wrestling Federation action figures has a devastating finishing move and a bone-crunching action. And I will demonstrate that here in a few. There you have the Stomp line. And I remember we had a Brian Pillman Stomp figure because they did not make a Pillman otherwise. We just take all of his stuff off and just use them as a regular figure. But they had Stone Cold there. They were like G.I. Joe type figures with accessories and like they're ready for battle. Ken Shamrock, Brian Pillman, Undertaker, Ahmed Johnson, and Crush, aka Brian Adams. And down here below, You had the Signature series, which we had a lot of these that had a signature there on the left thigh, as they show there in the picture. Mankind, Stone Cold, Gold Dust, Road Warrior, Hawk and Animal, and then Hunter Hearst Helmsley, known as Triple H now. But it says, a new breed of heroes has emerged. Stomp, aka Strategic Tactical Operations Military Police, is an elite corps of militia made up of the Federation's most fearless wrestlers. Each figure comes with snap-on protective gear and unique weapons. And then it says for the Signature series, you have Jakks presents a limited edition of official autographed figures from the World Wrestling Federation. Also included is an exclusive gold display base. Yeah, I like the display bases that these came with. There's the bone crunching action. It says, to hear the bone crunching action sound effect, greatly bend or gently bend the knee or elbow joints forward or backward, as shown by the arrow. Do not try to bend the joints from side to side, as this will result in permanent damage to your wrestling figure. And then here it had the new Raw's War Monster Ring, brutal battles of man against man, and the continuing struggle for total domination of the World Wrestling Federation, that is. And then you had your all your stuff down low there from Jakks and everything. Up there to the right, you had official licensed product and the Jakks logo to the left. So that's very cool. It says, collect them all fast, then get out of the way. So this is the Slammer Stone Cold figure. And just a basic Stone Cold figure, as I said, but they gave him that action. And the likenesses of these figures were not the greatest, in my opinion, as you can compare it to the later Mattel figure. Yeah, the likenesses were definitely a little off. But we'll put him up over here as I get on to the next figure. And the next one I'm going to show off is also from '98, and I'm going to open this one up actually here in a few because the backing is damaged, and it's the Stone Cold Steve Austin Shotgun Saturday Night 1998 figure. Has a WrestleMania ladder in there that we'll check out. And look at that Austin 316 shirt. Just bad paint jobs on these. They could have made that a lot bigger and made it at least, you know, look similar. Looks like they used the exact same head sculpt there with a little bit different paint job. And it was a horrible likeness of Stone Cold, in my opinion, now that you see, like, the Mattel molds. I mean, it's not the greatest job. But, you know, back then, we thought they were cool as hell. My favorite line of figures. And this, of course, was representation of the Shotgun Saturday Night show that they had. An epic showdown between a drunk Terry Funk with Stone Cold on commentary was great back then in Shotgun Saturday Night. If anybody wants to go check that out. Here on the back, once again, they didn't have the write-ups, but they have all the Stomp figures. Man, they were really trying to push those Stomp figures. And then you had lines such as the WWF Legends... what's that say? Legends Series 1, it said there. And the thing about that is I thought they would make a lot more start making Legend figures to add to the line, you know, in the regular style, kind of like down here on the Too Tough. But they never really did, and me and my friend were talking about that the other day. I remember I got the limited edition Yokozuna bone crunching action figure, but they never did make any more, like, Legends from the line. And here was the Ripped and Ruthless series, which we will be talking about here in a few. And then down low you had the Too Tough series, which were like tag teams or a guy with a manager. You had the Interrogator and Recon, the Truth Commission there, Chains and 8 Ball, otherwise known as the Disciples Apocalypse DOA, Marlena and Goldust, and then you had China along with Triple H. I think we had every one of those, so if you go back in that Jakks review, you'll see them. Then you have the King of the ring down there. I'm a fan of the rings. I always loved the way they looked. Look, they had a little barrier around that one and stuff. I remember we had the big monster ring that were actually in scale with the LJN line, which you had to pull one of the ropes down. And that was it right there, the Raw's War monster ring. You had to pull one of the ropes down to get the guys to hit the ropes right, or they'd be way taller than they were supposed to be. And everything else on the back here is the same kind as the back, but you had that steel cage look in the background for this one, which was kind of cool. A lot cooler than the Slammer's backing, in my opinion. But they don't have anything about the bone crunching action, but that was still present in these figures. We're going to open him up in a second, but the last one that I have to show before I open him up is none other than the Ripped and Ruthless, as I was saying, Stone Cold Steve Austin In Your House Series 1 figure, and you've seen them on the back there. The other ones that they had in the line were Mankind, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Goldust. But I got this off eBay. I think I got it for like $3. It was really cheap. I won a bid on it. But there you had Stone Cold Steve Austin in the back. And there's a diorama back there, which is kind of hard to see, but you can see it says Stone Cold Steve Austin in the back on the wall, like kind of graffitied. Terrible graffiti, actually, but Jakks were not known for the greatest card backings or packaging. They were very basic. And then Jakks to the left, you had Ripped and Ruthless down there. And then on the side, you had this like card here on the inside. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ripped and Ruthless, In Your House 1, it says there. Official biography card included, it would say there. So that's your biography card. Obviously, I'm not going to bust this guy open. He was from 1997, actually. It has on the bottom of this one. But still label on the back of 1998 figures in the cross-sell. It says, before giving this figure to a child, an adult should use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove screws holding the figure to the base from underneath. So they're screwed in on the base. So they do have a base there that they stand on, I guess, when you open them up. On the top, you even have a window there where you can see down below. They tried to make the packaging look, you know, ruthless, I guess. And the point of these guys were just being huge. And you can see Stone Cold there if I get them in a good lighting. Look at the face on this. The face molds on these guys were hilarious. Looks like you had some articulation at the shoulders and waist on these and some head movement. But that looks like about it. They're pretty much a bigger size statue because if you get them, you know, next to the actual shotgun figure here, you can see the size difference. And these guys are a lot more bulkier and in a stance or a pose. But still, the Austin 316 shirt's pretty crappy there. But as you go to the back here, as I said, you have the other line that came packaged exactly like this, and that was the Legends that I already named off: Freddie Blassie, and Andre, Captain Lou, and Superfly. And it says a little write-up there, too. It says, the most famous legends of the World Wrestling Federation are celebrated in this new limited edition series. These collectible figures stand 7 inches tall and come with display base and exclusive biography card. Fully posable figure. Okay, so they must have some movement at the legs, maybe. Oh, I'm wrong there. Mankind, Undertaker, Stone Cold, and Goldust down here at the bottom. And it says, this awesome muscle-packed series includes some of the most popular wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation today. Each collectible figure is towering 7 inches tall and comes with display base and exclusive biography card. Fully posable figure. So they are all 7-inch figures in this line. But you see down there, 97 Jakks Pacific. Made in China. Jakks up to the left and to the right. World Wrestling Federation, collect them all fast and get out of the way. The same slogan as there. No slogan on the... Oh, yeah, it does. Same slogan on the back of the shotgun and on the back of the slammers. But now we're going to open this shotgun one and check out or get a closer look at Jakks Pacific Bone Crunching action figure. Well, from Shotgun Saturday Night. You can see this was already opened. And I've already took him out, kind of, but there goes the rest of the card back. But I wanted to Stone Cold out of the package anyway, and this package needs damage. So, no need to keep him in there. And I can always put him back in here and display him if I want, but ladder and everything almost pretty much fell out. So, there's Stone Cold, but let me get the ladder out here. I'm going to actually set this camera over to the side here so we can see these. Get the ladder set up. Checking my game. I got the Cubs and Cardinals playing on the TV back there while I'm doing this. And I'm a big Cardinal fan. Big rivalry, Cardinals and Cubs. Trying to get some bone crunching action out of him, but maybe I was wrong. I'm thinking that these figures here, although it really seems like it, do not have any kind of bone crunching action. So, yeah, too bad. I thought that this still had the bone crunching action, but I was wrong. But, oh well. It is what it is. Sorry for the camera work there. Yeah, he doesn't have the bone crunching action feature on this one. So I was mistaken there. No wonder it didn't say it on the card back, but I wanted to check anyway. but still getting a close look at these guys. They were made out of like a softer rubber in like the arm area. As you can see, it bends there. They did not hold on to accessories well. You can see the likeness was terrible. The legs were made of that same rubber material, which I was trying to get them to snap, but yeah, these obviously don't have the bone crunching action, which is weird because they still have like the holes in the side, kind of like the bone crunching action ones did, which were made there, but I guess they stopped doing that. The back had the Stone Cold insignia. The head was really hard to rotate. Even though they were supposed to have posable heads, they did not rotate at all. Your arms went, 360 on them. Legs, you had your basic, you can move them forward but not back very far at all. But yeah, pretty basic figure there, all black. I hate the shirt on that one. Sucks it didn't have the bone crunching action, but I'm sure people from back then remember it. You have a WrestleMania ladder here that he comes with. You can see it next to the figure there, standing just above him. I'm claiming the size on this guy. If that one's 7, it had to have been at least about, 5 inches or so. I can't remember the actual size of these guys, but really cool to get him out of the packaging and show that off. So now I have an open Stone Cold figure here, and I'll put this one over to the left. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it on my Stone Cold Steve Austin Jakks Pacific figures here, showcase and review. From various years and waves. Yeah, everybody, if you liked this video and you like Stone Cold Steve Austin, make sure you hit that subscribe, give me a like, drop a comment down below on what you think of the old Jakks Pacific line of figures that they did for WWF. As I said, by the Titantron figures, I was done. Big shout out to Michael the 2-Ply. Make sure you go to subscribe to him. Shout out to C-Dub, who I'll know will be checking this out. Good friend of mine. And yeah, guys, until next time, I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure if this is your first time viewing, do all the stuff that I said about subscribing, commenting, and liking. If you're a repeat viewer, I really thank you for all the support. It's much appreciated. And yeah, guys, oh hell yeah, because that's what Stone Cold said so. Anyway, till next time, peace out.